do these things, He was showing me that this thing I'm going to have to work daily. It's a daily reprieve. God only gives us a daily reprieve.
All right now.
And I went, by that February, I was 2 months pregnant, and I picked up Tatum. What about the girl who thought that surely a baby I would never use? That's how powerful this thing was, and had a hold of me. I ended up in Statesboro, Georgia, and I had this Bible, a Life Recovery Bible, like this one. And inside it, from a year prior to that, I had a little bulletin in it, like this one, which is not this one. But we were taken to a church while we were there, and it was a Methodist church. We went every Sunday. They allowed us to go, and they gave us bulletins. I still had that bulletin, and I was sitting in that room, and I was on my bottom. I was thinking, God, and I was crying out, how could I do this to an unborn child? How could you let me, is what I asked Him. How could you let me? That's a gift. Free will is a gift.
Yes, it is.
What do I do with it is what matters. And I was crying out, and I felt like He was leading me to the Bible. He was going to give me this profound scripture. I walked over there, and I opened it up, and there was that bulletin. Y'all know what was on that bulletin? A little infant curled up like this. And at the top it said, you prayed for me. That was it. He was letting me know, I'm here. When you get ready, I'm here. I went to treatment one night, and I want to share all this about God. See, God He's all in here. I can feel it. I got chill bumps all over. I went to this crisis unit, and I was detoxing for what, the 8th time? I don't know. I went to many treatments, jails, institutions. The only thing is Grace said that I was going to live. Jeremiah 29:11. So that I could come out and share wherever God has me share. And I was at the St. Island Crisis Unit, and I was fixing to get ready to go home. It was the day before Thanksgiving, 2006. And it was Wednesday, and Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. And I was saying, God, I'm going to go back to that church. It was this holiness church. Pastor Andy, I can't remember his last name, in Waycross. And I said, I'm going to go to his church, God. I know that you knew. I was in my Bible, and I was reaching out, and didn't realize what I needed to do. See, but I was wanting that miracle dust. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Sprinkle a miracle on me, don't make me have to work for it. Because you are powerful. You can do this. Yeah. I didn't want to do no footwork. If you want a garden, you better grab a hoe and start digging. And I was down there on my knees, and I said, God, I'm going to church. I got home. My husband took me in for the last time. Now, he's put up with me for a long time. I used with our child. He's chased me down and busted the windshields trying to keep me from using when I was pregnant. And this man put up with a lot. And he's still with me today by God's grace. It's been 5 years. Just to let you know, 7/11/07 is my sobriety day. That's significant. And the thing is, when I ended up at Promise of Hope, I had been there before, and it was 7 years later I came, and the lady there, who's a very Christian woman, she's in recovery herself, she said 7 years to completion. And there I was. And I've been clean ever since.
Thank you.
But when I got out of that detox unit, and I left there, and that day when I got home, my husband said, this is it. Now I'm going to go on to Jacksonville to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. You don't want to come? I'm like, no, because I'm holding my head in shame. So I didn't want to go. First thing I did was call Dope Man. Met him at this nursing home up the road where we used to meet in the parking lot. I got me some coke, and I got me some pills. I got dressed to go to that church. I said, what am I doing? It was something else dressing. I'm telling you. Because I wouldn't show up. I was busy. I'd gotten busy. I went to go to church, and I said, what am I doing? I got dressed with my clothes on. All the way there, I said, God, what are you doing? What are you doing? I can't go to this church high. I get there, I use in the bathroom stalls. It's the night before Thanksgiving, and they're passing around a microphone like this right here. and they're all giving thanks to God for, because it was Thanksgiving. I didn't grab the microphone. I just sat there wondering, what am I doing here? I was in amazement.
Jesus.
Now God was fixing to show up and show out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they stood up to turn. They were getting ready to shut it down. And they got up, they started singing, and I kept hearing that little voice. Not hearing voices, but I knew it was God. I knew it was Him. And He said, go have Him pray for you. And I said, I'm going over there. Y'all ever do that? He gets tired of that.
Yes, He does.
I'm going to tell you, I felt His anger. I felt it. Because I said, God, if they'll sing that fourth verse, I'll go. Then I'll know it's you. It don't work like that. And they stopped singing. Didn't sing the fourth verse. And something kept saying, you need to take it up there. The lights came on, and in front of everybody, I walked down there to that Pastor Andy, and he didn't know me. He didn't know nothing about me. And I said, I feel like the Lord is calling me and you to pray for me. And He anointed me, called the elders around me, and he started praying. And out of the blue, he just says, God, as you ask, I ask for you to relieve her of her cravings. That's what he said. Wow. Take her cravings away from her. Wow. And then I knew God had done told on me. I didn't like it. I thought, now wait a minute. And I remember that night I got out in that car and I said, God, with this stuff right here I had in my car, why don't you just take the desire to use it away from me? Stop it. And I got upset, and I said, I'm going back in there to find out what he knows. I'm not kidding you. That dope will mess you up. So I walked in that church, and he was in the little room with one of the teenagers, and I had to wait. I paced that floor, and I waited, and I waited. He come out, and I said, Pastor Andy, what did God tell you was going on with me? He looked right at me, and he grabbed me, and he said that you have a powerful addiction, that he wants to help you with it. Now you can't tell me God ain't been with me. At the end of my addiction, I was using 40 Lorcets a day, crystal meth, cocaine, alcohol, morphine pills, and anything else I could do. I'm a miracle.
Yes, you are.
Because when he said, when Dan said I couldn't go to work at St. Isle, I couldn't get my nursing license. Because I had 21 felonies. I'm sorry. I'm working for the state of Georgia. I have my RN license back. I work with other women in recovery now. I talk in churches. I sponsor women. Go out when they call me. I want to love them through it like this. Somebody's loving me. I was there for her funeral, but I don't remember none. I thought it was a 2-day event. It was a 1-day event. I don't remember it because I was so pissed up. But that's all right. She's proud of it. I had a